So over this past weekend, I told everybody on my IG story, send me all DMs that you got when it comes to running the clothing brand, anything personal about my life, any type of game that you want when it comes to like experience and all that good stuff. So what I did was I just took all of the best questions to me and I just condensed them down into like different pillars when it comes to my experience, when it comes to relationship advice, when it comes to my personal life. If you guys don't know, I've been running a clothing brand for 8 years. It's the legendary streetwear brand called Lord Knows. Basically what I did was I took all the best questions when it comes to marketing advice and I'm giving them all out in this video. Before I get into the questions and then give you the answers for them, first I want to do is just give you my key takeaways when it comes to marketing your clothing brand, and I hope that my advice can obviously help you out. So the first marketing takeaway is overall creed and brand message is over everything. So you're probably wondering like, what do I mean by that? And basically is like your overall brand message and like the why, right? Like your creed is like the why are you pushing this message so hard, right? Why are you pushing the brand that you're pushing? I feel like once a lot of brands have that, it's like now you building out the foundation on what you stand for and what your actual mission is. It's almost like Jesus in the Bible, right? Like his creed was to help millions of people. And obviously a lot of people didn't believe in him. He had 12 apostles, but it was their duty to go out there and push their message. And now when you look back, he's the biggest personal brand of all time, right? Jesus Christ is the biggest personal brand of all time. I don't care what anybody says. It's some hundreds and millions of billions of people that get on their kneecaps to Jesus every single day. So my whole thing is, how can we build out and craft our message and our creed, even as a clothing brand, so powerful and so strong, even if it's not the biggest brand in the world, you can even be a micro brand and still have a powerhouse that can even compete with bigger players when you have a strong enough creed and a strong enough message for why you're doing what you're doing. So now this leads me to my second marketing takeaway. If you are putting in a lot of marketing efforts and you break even on inputs, the identity of your brand is fragile. Now you're probably wondering, what do you mean by that? So have you ever done something in life that you have just been great at and you literally put in 1 and then you got 10x back, or you might have put in 2 and got like a 12x return or whatever it may be? That's because you were in a situation where you were putting in minimal input, but you were receiving a maximum output. So if you're a clothing brand right now, and if you're just sitting there just hustling and bustling, you're doing all the marketing efforts, you're wearing all the caps and you're doing all this stuff and you're putting in a 10 effort and then you're just getting a 10 output, right? You're almost like breaking even, right? But a lot of people always just look at it from a money standpoint, but this goes into time, this goes into energy, this goes into the real estate of your thinking and your hustle with this thing, right? Is more than just the money, but everybody just looks at the external part of the money. But my whole thing is, if I'm putting in a 10 with my effort, with my time, with my energy, with my cash, and if I'm just getting back a 10, now I need to kind of sit back and be like an eagle or sit in airplane mode and look down at all of my strengths, my weaknesses, my vices, what I'm doing wrong, why I keep falling into this pothole, even though I know that it's a danger zone for me. Because when you're up high, you can see everything that's going on. But when you're on the street level, all you can see as far down is the street. But a lot of people that's running a brand, they're sitting on the street level, they rarely come up 30,000 feet and then they look down to see what is really going on and why they keep breaking even. The reason to me is that a lot of people break even with their brand when it comes to the input and output reflection, right? Is due to the fact that they don't have enough likability, they don't have enough trust, right, with people with their brand. And not only that, they have a fragile identity, because you always got to remember that when you put something out to the marketplace and nobody's buying it, it comes down to 3 reasons and 3 reasons only. It's either the person, it's either the product, or it's either the price. So if I'm sitting here putting in a 10 and if I'm just getting a 10 or 11 back, it's one of those 3 reasons. But the way that we can cure all 3 of those things in one simple solution is building a stronger core message and a stronger creed and a stronger brand identity. So then my sales efforts and my marketing efforts would now start to 10 to 20 to 30x everything, because now I'm looking at it like, let me shape up my identity. But with inside of that brand identity comes my community, it comes the culture that I'm building, it comes my creed, it comes my why, it comes down to the person, it comes down to the product, it comes down to the price. Once I concise all of those things and get those things so sophisticated, now that's when I'm going to get to the point where I start putting in at least a 1 input, and now I'm starting to see a 5, an 8, the 10x return with my daily input. And so my third takeaway is, when it comes to running a brand for the past 8 years, that there's no no good luck. There's only good marketing. Now, a lot of people, they be like, how is this crappy brand winning? And how is this brand doing better than me? And how is this ugly ass t-shirt pushing hundreds and thousands of units and everything like that? But when you look at the brand owner, it's not about the design. It's not even about the quality of the product. It's not even about how they even selling it. It's about how they're marketing it. So one of my biggest takeaways, you know, coming up and my lack of understanding in all of this, one, there's an audience for everything that you're trying to push, right? When it comes to an audience and stuff like that. But then not only that is when you look at the top people or the people that are making the most noise or a brand that you constantly see over and over, that person, they're not good at production management. They're not good at talking to the manufacturers. They're not good at turning a concept to reality. What they're good at is good marketing. And you as the brand owner, I don't care if you are creative. I don't care if you was in production. I don't care what you have done with Shopify stores and all this other stuff. The number one thing you need to be doing every single day is literally asking yourself, is this bringing me more customers, right? This daily activity that I'm doing. And if it is bringing you more customers, how can I be the best at my marketing efforts? And that comes with innovation. That comes with strategy. That comes with outsmarting. And that comes with outworking people. But when I say outwork, that doesn't really mean physically. It's more so up here because everybody's trying to get eyeballs and attention is the new currency. So my question is to you, why should somebody stop for your brand that they don't know, that they probably don't like, they just saw for the first time, they don't trust it, and now you got to build that likability with them. So the only way that you're going to build even likability with them is good marketing, good storytelling, the good message, the good creed. It comes down to many different things that a lot of people don't talk about. So my takeaways of being a brand owner for 8 years is that there's no good luck, there's only good marketing. So like I said, there was a lot of questions that came through. A lot of people are very curious out there that are starting up clothing brands, and they had a lot of questions. So now I'm here to answer all of them. So the first one is, how would you market your brand in the year 2023? So the way that I will market my clothing brand in the year 2023 is super simple. And I'm a big believer that simple scales and fancy fails. So what I would do is I'll make a whole bunch of TikToks. I'll make 100 TikToks. I'll do 25 unboxing, 25 storytelling, 25 voice AI generator, probably like 25 interviews, right? And this is on a brand new page and I'm just going to test them out. You know, I'm going to post 2 to 3 of them a day. After like a month, I got 90 videos up. I'm going to see which ones was really hitting for me. And then what I'm going to do is cut out the fat on the other 3 pillars out of the one that worked for me. So for example, let's just say the storytelling one worked for me and all the other 3 videos didn't really crank like that. So I'm just going to double down and then just produce more of the storytelling videos, right? And then I'm just going to keep getting feedback from the comments, from the views, everything like that. I'm just going to keep making them better, making them more quality better, and then going back and then producing more. And then that is how I'm going to get to my goal as quickly as possible. A lot of people think that it comes down to a certain funnel and you got to do all this extraterrestrial bullshit to get to the goal. And it's like, no, it's real simple. It's like, okay, how can I get to 6 figures as quickly as possible? This is if I was moving with a sense of urgency in the year 2023. I'm going to leverage TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram to go get the eyeballs. But first, I'm starting off on one platform because a lot of people don't realize you can make 7 figures off of one platform. 7 figures. So I'll do one website, one channel. It's like one product, because once I find that one product that's going to hit for me, then that's when everything is going to move even easier for me. So that's another thing that I didn't say at the beginning. I'm going to probably get like 2 to 4 different samples of t-shirts. I'll start off with t-shirts, and t-shirts are the most profitable. So I will start off with t-shirts at first, make 4 shirts, make sure that the storytelling is great. Once I got the storytelling is great and I found a product that everybody wants out of those 4 shirts, I'm doubling down on that like my life depends on it. I'm going to hype it up, do a hype release, and all I'm doing is just doing restocks on that same shirt. Now I might be in a different colorways and things like that, but all I'm doing is producing more, and now I'm making it better. So with the quality and the lookbooks now and the content, and then I'm producing more. Now I'm making it better. And then before you know it, it's just like, it might be 3 months, it might be 4, it might be 10, but now I'm going to make 6 figures off of one shirt style. And then that's why I'm going to give myself that acceptance to now I can bring on new items and now new channels and new funnels and stuff like that. So that is how I will market my brand in the year 2023. Second question I got, what are ways to get more eyeballs on my brand? So like I kind of just said on the first question, like when it comes to the different channels, and I think one channel that's super untapped when it comes to clothing is YouTube Shorts. I think if you made 200 shorts or 300 shorts, all different, I think if you just repurpose those on YouTube, on a fresh YouTube page, the algorithm is going to push it out as far as possible, especially on a brand new page. I think once you just start doing that over and over and over. It's all about input to get output, right? If you don't like the results that you get, and just go produce more of what got you even some type of result. So for example, if I only made $1,000 on my last drop, well, what is the number one thing that brought me the $1,000? More than likely it was either the content or my marketing efforts or whatever it may be. Whatever marketing effort you did, double down on that, make more of that, and then get feedback from everybody, make the quality better, make the experience better, make the content better, and then I'm going back and all I'm doing is just producing more of that. But to get more eyeballs, all I would do is like, once I've dominated one channel, then it's like I'm going to start spreading out wide and hitting other channels. But I'll go from TikTok, then I'll go YouTube Shorts, and then I'll go over to IG last. And the reason why I say IG last is because like I kind of want to nurture those people. But first, it's like you can hit so many eyeballs on YouTube and on TikTok, and people don't understand, once you hit all of those eyeballs, now that's bringing down a whole bunch of people that's considering your brand. And then once those people that are considering your brand, they starting to build that likability, that trust with you, they start to see your brand over and over. Now that's going to bring in those sales that you always wanted for your clothing brand. The third question I got, how can I do some dope guerrilla marketing on a budget? So when I first started out, I did all types of guerrilla marketing. I was spray painting billboards, we throwing stickers all on stop signs. I'm taking stencils and I'm spraying them on concrete and on stop signs. I did everything to get my name out there in my city, right? But the best guerrilla marketing that I've ever done to this day, it actually comes down to two things. The first one is giving out 100 free t-shirts to the homeless. Now, if you have a budget, $500 that you can take a loss on, I'll go get like a bunch of Gildan t-shirts, go get your brand logo printed right here, or get it on the back, like shoulder to shoulder print. And all I'm doing is just giving them shits out to the homeless, right? Because the homeless, especially if you live in a warm climate, they're all just walking billboards. So if you a Gen Z or millennial person like starting a brand, more than likely in your city, like a lot of people's downtown at the clubs and stuff like that. So my whole thing is, I want people to see my logo so many times. This logo right here, this Lord Knows logo. I want so many people to see that I'm willing to even put it on a homeless person. So it's always in somebody's subconscious mind. And you got to think, like when people leave in the club and when they drunk and then they taking pictures like, damn, bro, like that's Chris's brand right there. Like, how did that homeless person get it? Now I just position myself in their mind, right? And that can even go for family or friends or whoever saw the shirt, or even if the homeless dude is on the other side of town and somebody takes a picture from the car, it's like I'll keep positioning myself in their mind. And I feel like the best thing that I ever did when I was young to build out a local buzz was the old school guerrilla marketing of giving the clothes to the homeless. So the second thing that I did was I put a billboard in my city, and that is when I shut down everything. I went to the most popular street in Northeast Portland, you know what I'm saying, MLK Boulevard. I got a big Lord Knows logo on the billboard. You know, that was a special moment. My family, my friends, everybody went to go take pictures of it. But the reason why I did that is because at the time, this is kind of when Snapchat was still a little bit popular. I don't know if it is now. I'm an older dude. I was like, okay, I'm going to get the billboard. I want to make this like a scene that people want to come to be like, dang, like he really got a billboard. But when they take the picture of it, or they taking a selfie like this and the billboard is behind them, like right here, and they all like, man, Lord knows, Lord knows. Now you got to think, if somebody got 100 friends on his Snapchat, he just posted the billboard behind them. Now all those people that live in Portland going to go see it. And then and let's just say 25 out of those 100 go see it. And then let's just say even 5 of those even post the billboard on the Snap. Now those 5 people, now I'm gaining their audience, right? So it's almost like an MLM, almost like a pyramid scheme off of like the billboard, right? Because I'm using one person, and then that one person got hundreds of followers, and then their people going to come, and then their people going to come, and then their people going to come. And then that's how it built out like this crazy talk around my city. Damn, like we never seen somebody take it old school like that and go get the billboard to have everybody come check it out. So that is a good guerrilla marketing tactic. 2 of them that I've actually used running a clothing brand, and I will still use to this day. So the fourth question is, when should I turn on ads for my brand? This is why I've just seen work from my mentees that I teach and that I mentor and that I help out, is that you never want to turn on ads when you're not doing at least $3,000 to $6,000 a month. And I know a lot of people are probably against this. And the reason why I say that is due to the simple fact, if nobody is buying your brand organically, then why would somebody buy it when there's ads turned on to it? Now, a person like me is all about product market fit. And I think if you can make anywhere between $3,000 to $6,000 or even $9,000 organically a month with your clothing brand, and that's to people that you do not know like 100% online business to customer, the sky is the limit, because now it's like, okay, well, this shirt or this product is a proof of concept. So now I can put ads behind it, and now we can double up and quadruple up and stuff like that. But you always got to make sure that like we're targeting the right audience as well when we turn on the ads. We're not running broad or anything like that. We're doing the ads super strategic. We're talking to our specific customer avatar, and then we're just feeding all of that audience pool of people with the brand that some of them already done brought into, which is ours. So that's my answer when you should turn on ads. My best bet is to turn on ads only when you're doing in between $3,000 to $6,000 a month, because you have a proven concept. So then that's when we can go turn it up and then see what happens from there. This next question is a really good one. It said, if I had to go viral in 60 days, what would I do? Basically, what I would do is kind of like I said on the first one, I'll just make like 100, 200, 300 TikToks. Like they all different. They all got different angles. I'm hitting everybody on so much emotion, because you always got to remember when it comes to sales and when it comes to marketing, you want to hit people on emotion rather than logic. So I'm making sure that the brand, the storytelling, everything is there. And I'm making sure that I'm hitting all 3 channels, and I'm posting at least 300 to 500 times within 600 days on all separate channels. So I have an in total of 1,500 videos on 3 different channel boards, which is YouTube, which is TikTok, and which is Instagram. And then from there, I can almost guarantee if we look at everything in a Pareto principle of 80-20, it's more than likely then like 30 plus of those videos are going to go viral, you know. And even if they go sub-viral, that's still a lot of eyeballs. People don't realize 250,000 people or 150,000 people saw one video. That's a lot of fucking people. That's exactly what I would do. I would move with a sense of urgency. All I would care about is content, 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 content. And if it's bringing in eyeballs, and if it's bringing in emails and SMS signups, even if it's not even bringing in sales, just if it's bringing in that, I'm cool with that. That's all I would do to get more and more eyeballs. It's more output, more output, more output, more output on the thing that's obviously working, which is the content. So basically, I'm down to my last question when it comes to marketing advice, when it comes to running your clothing brand. And that last question is, how do I build relationships with influencers in my space to help build my brand with me? And this is a very good question, because a lot of people, you know, they see Tay-K wearing my brand, and Suicide Boys and Ramirez and X-Rated and all these underground artists. But my best bet is, rather than reaching out to an influencer, you send him out a package and then he just throws it on and you probably paid him a few $100s for a tag. I would rather build a relationship with that influencer, whether if he's an artist or an actual like content influencer or whatever it may be, in my space, because that's what I did with Scrim and Suicide Boys and Ski Mask and Slum God and all these different people, right? Like when we were all coming up together, we were all kind of in the same lane. So what I did was I just built a relationship with all of them, like that came from a sincere peer place. When they came to my city, you know what I'm saying? They pulling up to my office, I'm giving them clothes, I'm having communication with them all throughout the year till they come back to my city again, or if I saw them at a Rolling Loud or something like that. So my whole thing is, rather than an artist, right? Like you give him some clothes, he doesn't know your first name or nothing, and then he just takes a picture holding the shirt, or you sitting next to him holding up the shirt. It's like, who wants to do all that? You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is, why don't we just build a genuine, sincere relationship? But before we even try to get influencers, why don't we just raise the value with our brand by ourselves? And then they see the community and everything, to now they want to be a part of it, you know? But a lot of people, they don't do that. A lot of people trying to come in and just adopt somebody else's hard work off of their leverage, off of their audience. But why don't we just sit back? We have our dream 50 to 100 people that we want for our brand, whether that's artists or YouTubers or whoever. And then once we have that dream 50 or 100 people, now we just go build up our brand to such a degree that when we do reach out to them, they're like, oh shit, like this motherfucker right here got something going on. And that is when you know that you up to something, because every single artist that I built with, I had momentum. Even when I was only on my second year in, my third year in, I had momentum that they saw, where they was like, okay, like he got some good shit going on here. And not just only that, but I also built a friendship and a relationship as well with all of these different artists. That would be my best bet when it comes to marketing advice for your clothing brand in the year 2023. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm the Prince Machiavelli, and I'm the owner of the infamous streetwear brand Lord Knows Clo. And I'm out. Peace.